area is filled with fucking just everything around it is homeless. Like the sheer volume of it is impossible to describe unless you go there and see it. And the fact that that's never been addressed, that no one does anything about it, and it's gotten to 50 entire blocks of nothing but homeless people, no businesses, no nothing, nothing's functioning. It's all just taken over by zombies.
I went to USC and I lived in a loft on Skid Row at the top of the old bank district. So in 2003, that was my street that I would pull in and park. Very good deal. That's why I was like, I got an entire penthouse. Why, I didn't get, at 20 why It was so cheap. But so I've seen the progression to the point where it's insane. And again, this is fixable. There's so much money. We're already paying for it.
Right.
These people in charge don't want to fix it. It's clear.
Right.
And they'll continue doubling down. They need somebody to come and say, oh, we're done with this. And that's why I'm excited to actually be a mayor that's in these streets. And here's what they keep saying. Oh, you can't do this because the city council, they're all in on it. 90% of them, because they have 4 of these socialist DSA members on the city council that actually want to destroy our way of life in Los Angeles.
Why do you think they want to do that?
Because they're socialists. Go on the DSA, Democratic Socialists of America's website, and they're not Democrats. They hate Democrats. They use the word to hide their true agenda of socialism. So they want to keep taking as much of our tax money. And the main lady I was talking about with that 60 million, she's one of these DSA people. She's bragging about taking $16 million of our tax money to give 40 plus people or 50 people, 250,000 each to live in a tiny home. That is not a working solution. We need to have a plan to get these people back into society, not bankroll an entire existence of Los Angeles where we're like, oh, you can just be a drug addict and we're going to pay for you because...
Yeah, this is the problem with that narrative that the rich people aren't paying enough. And this is one of the things that I've seen progressive podcasters talk about, the wealth tax. And they were talking about imposing a wealth tax on billionaires. And they're like, stop being greedy, pay your fair share. Like, what is your fair share and where is it going? Like, if you could show me that an increase in taxes would fix all the problems, I said this when I lived there, I wouldn't mind paying more taxes if they fixed everything. But it doesn't seem like it fixes anything. Not one thing gets fixed. And they keep asking for more money, which is crazy. The solution is cut it all off. One of the things that Texas has, no state taxes. There's no state taxes. You don't pay state taxes in Texas. In California, you pay 14%. So they're incentivized to take that money and do with it whatever they want. And so the more they can come up with, like building tiny homes or whatever the fuck it is, it's just incentives for them to siphon money.
And again, as mayor, I want to have full accountability and transparency where that's what everybody that's paying. If there's a lot of good people that are fine with paying as much tax as they want if you're helping people get off the street, if the lights work, if the streets work.
If there's less crime, if it's safe, if it's nice, if it's clean.
So we need to track every single dollar and make sure that there's no waste and abuse. And with that type of live dashboard, not track it with these weird data. I'm talking anyone can understand this money goes here and it.
Right.
We're talking real accounting. They don't want to do this because everyone's eating. Everyone's getting a cut. All these people are living off of the scams. So you need to come in and really just say no more of this.
Well, so let's talk real world practical application. So you get into office. Now you have all these council members, these Democratic Socialist people. How do you handle that? What do you do? How do you keep them from blocking all these things that you're trying to do?
So that is what excites me, because there's never been a mayor that comes in and literally goes to each of their constituents of these districts. For instance, this DSA member wants to keep giving the fentanyl needles and the pipes. Then I go to that district. I have a press conference. I bring everybody. I say, this so-and-so wants to keep these zombies going number 2 and having sex in front of your kids, and put the heat on the city council members. Right now, they care about their jobs. They get $238,000 a year salary. They get, not even including their entourage. Then they get our grants and our tax money for all of their little scams they're running. So they actually want those jobs. If a mayor comes in and is like, oh, I'm going to put the heat on each one of